This video will introduce you to ARCAD Discover. ARCAD Discover revolutionizes the way you understand your IBMI applications. The IBMI has a unique problem. Because the platform is so successful and has been modernized so well, some of the applications that run on it are the result of decades of development. That was done by many different teams, and over time, understanding those applications has become extremely difficult. Not only difficult, but tedious and time-consuming. There's really no way to get there 100% without some help. You can onboard new talent, but new talent can't read code that was done 20 years ago. It would be hard for them to contribute right away to an application modernization project or a major re-engineering of a certain feature. You need a tool for business analysts, developers, data scientists, and even non-IBMI specialists to understand the internal architecture of your applications. And that's ARCAD Discover. ARCAD Discover is a next-generation code understanding tool. It revolutionizes application analysis. Let's take a closer look. Let's assume we're a business analyst, and what we want to know is how a certain file is accessed from a certain menu. That sounds like an architecture question, so let's click that. And to make this easy, let's use the AI assistant. Now, we just ask it our question. Show the path from the menu to the file. Now we'll click Send. It's querying the ARCAD metadata repository, and in just a moment, it will present this. What you just saw was real time. There was no movie magic here. Nothing was sped up. Here's the end of the path. It's the file that we asked for. And here's where we started, the menu that we asked for. You're now seeing programs. You're seeing logicals that are attached to it, how they're used. You're seeing service programs. You know how this menu accesses this file, and you did it by asking a simple question. Now that's what we mean by next-generation analysis tools. This is only the beginning of what Discover can do. For example, let's take a look at a flow diagram. Here's what that looks like. We've set up some component filters so that we can quickly and easily find things. You'll be able to do this as well. If you've ever set up a filter in Remote Systems Explorer in RDI, you'll be very familiar with this concept. Here, we're looking at all of our RPG. Then, we'll choose the component we'd like to do the flow diagram for. Discover now shows you any components used or called by that program. You can be selective, or as you see here, you can select everything. And then, when you click Save, Discover will produce the diagram for you. And here it is, with just a couple of clicks. Now we started with ART200, but you can always expand. Click any component and click the Expand button. When you do, you'll see what it calls or uses. Now that's pretty easy. One click and you expand the diagram and you see the information that you need. Remember, what we're seeing here is an IBMI application. Any analyst can understand this. They don't have to have a deep knowledge of the IBMI to figure things out. Whether you're modernizing or just making changes to your system, this type of information is invaluable. Now there's a lot more that you can do under architecture, but let's explore some other areas. First, let's look at the repository. Now if you've ever used ARCAD, then you understand what you're seeing here. This is the component repository. Here you can search for components and so on, and when you find the component that you want to work with, you click on it and then choose the option of your choice at the bottom of the screen. For example, let's try flow. That's a single click, and I have been given a substantial amount of information. I can see logicals using the file, programs using the file, I can expand any one of these nodes, and so on. We've moved back to the repository view. Our choices are at the bottom again. Let's try component. If you've ever used Observer, you're looking at the same information that you'd see there. However, this is all now just one click. I can see the access paths. I can see programs, modules, trigger programs. We can even get down to the field level and see all the fields that make up this table or this physical file. And we do it all visually, just with clicks. That's what makes this intuitive and easy to use. Here's an RPG program, and with a single click, we can produce an input-output diagram. And here's an example of a database diagram. This is showing you the relationship between objects in your database. And we still haven't even scratched the surface of what ARCAD Discover can really do. Let's try the code module and see what we can learn with it. This module is designed to let you explore code and understand what the logic is within that code. For example, if you were a non-IBMI developer and you needed to know what this program did, you could click on it and it would instantly give you a logic flow of how that program works. You can see every step that it takes, the files that it opens, and so on. But it goes even further than that. If you expand here, you can see the actual code, and if you ask for documentation, the AI portion of Discover will actually explain what this program does. It's explaining the code and the logic in plain English. Anybody can understand this. So far, we've been down in the details, doing deep analysis, but ARCAD Discover can do more than that. Let's take a look at macroscopic views. On the left-hand side, you're seeing what's called the functional tree. It identifies what components belong to what functional area of your application. You can then explore the dependencies within a module and how modules depend on each other within your application. For example, the customer branch of the tree has 10 components associated with it. We could view them or just add the node to the diagram, as we've done here. We can explore or add whatever functional areas of the application we would like to the diagram. As you do this, you'll start to see connections between nodes. That indicates that these two areas of the application are communicating with each other somehow. Expanding one of these functional areas will show you the components within it and their interrelationships. You can then explore those as needed. It's all visual, it's all just point and click, and very quickly it gives you an idea of how your application works as a whole, how each functional area works with others. And again, remember, you don't need a deep understanding of the IBMI to do any of this. And finally, to finish things up, since we're talking about looking at things at a high level, let's take a quick look at Health Check. Here you can see the three main dashboards: technical inventory, database and cross-reference checks, and quality of code. Health Check is designed to analyze and report on technical debt, code quality, and other key indicators. Everything is displayed on easy-to-understand dashboards. This should help your organization make informed decisions about your IBMI applications. For example, here's the technical inventory dashboard. These are all metrics about your IBMI application: the number of unused objects, the number of objects without source, the number of duplicate source members, and so on. This is a high-level, overall look at your application, and it pinpoints areas that you can focus on to improve quality. And here, on the database and cross-reference check side, you can see things like the most used file, the most used program, the top 10 used files, things like that. Health Check can even report on the quality of your code. These metrics are coming from ARCAD Code Checker. Code Checker examines quality defects and security risks within your code. The rules that provide these metrics can all be customized. These code checks can be automated and integrated into your DevOps pipelines so that they happen at the correct time, automatically. What you're looking at here is real-time feedback on quality and security issues. This is valuable information. That's Health Check. It's automatic analysis on technical debt, code quality, and many other key indicators about your application. I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at what ARCAD Discover is and what it can do. This truly is a next-generation analysis tool. It's an intuitive, web-based interface that lets anybody on your team understand an IBMI application. For more information, visit our website at www.arcadsoftware.com. You can also email us at info@arcadsoftware.com. Thanks for watching.